Hi, it's Pertaining to Rose. I'm Pertaining to Rose. That's Jumpin' Jewel Beans.
We are making, today we are making some ham pot pie. Now, everybody's going to have a fit and say this is not pot pie, and maybe it's not. I know that when I was a little kid, this is what my mother called it, pot pie.
This is what we always call pot pie too.
It's a Pennsylvania Dutch dish. I think other people call it chicken and noodles or whatever, but we're making it with ham. I've never done that. I've made it with turkey. I've made it with chicken. Today I'm making it with ham.
What are you putting in there?
I put 2 cans of chopped up potatoes. There's ham in here. There's ham stock in here. There's onions. I put turmeric in it. I put seasoned salt in it. I'm fixing to put some garlic in it. Yeah, I put that in.
Yeah, I know. I'm showing the camera.
I'm putting this many hard-boiled eggs in it.
There's 6 hard-boiled eggs that I chopped up.
And there was 4 onions that she chopped up and put in here.
Yeah, today's been a busy day.
Yeah.
I just got done vacuum sealing all that bologna. All that Lebanon bologna from our peg. Our freezer is so packed. Let me show you this. It's like packed. Like to the top. Everything is solid. Some is still in the fridge because I have no more room. The other freezer is packed solid. The other 2 freezers are packed solid.
We're going to throw some minced garlic in here.
Yeah, dehydrated minced garlic. She has to turn the things back around because I
it
get
makes
mad.
her crazy.
Yeah, the label's got to be facing forward.
See, and I never do that because I know what's in each of the jars.
I know, but I still...
And everybody else, my husband included, everybody's like, what's in that? Why do you do that? And I'm like, I just pick it up and put it up. Then how do you know what's in it? Well, because I just know.
I know what's in them too, but I think it looks nicer with all the labels facing forward. What are you putting in there now?
I'm putting onion powder.
These are the old Lipton tea things that the powdered tea used to come in. And they are wonderful for putting your seasonings in and your powder mixes, whatever you dehydrate in powder.
They keep it better than the plastic.
Yes.
For some reason, my husband has an allergy to putting cupboard doors on my cupboards for me. I'm not really sure why, but I've asked him for 18 years that we've lived here to please put cupboard doors up.
He won't put pantry doors on the pantry in the out kitchen either. Nope.
I think it's a passive-aggressive thing.
Yes.
It's his way of being passive-aggressive or something.
Oh, that looks so good. Now, we didn't do the pasta yet.
No, we didn't make the noodles yet.
Nope. Oops.
What got broke?
I have no clue. Who knows with your hubby?
There's broken glass.
Well, he cut himself the other night, and we have no clue how. He doesn't know how.
But that was out in his truck.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because the blood was all over his truck.
And he somehow got it all over the house.
Yeah. The joys of married.
Okay, what are we doing?
We are looking for
Flour.
And then we're looking for lard.
And this is just all-purpose flour, correct?
Yep.
You need lard?
Yeah.
It's in the fridge. This is our lard that we rendered. Yum, yum, yum.
I'm adjusting things.
She's adjusting things. I kind of put the camera off to the side.
What? I apologize. I'm so sorry. Oh.
We're crazy little bitties, I'm telling you. We have a lot of
Well, I
fun.
bent way down there to get that flour, and things got all unadjusted.
We're slowly redoing everything because everything's so packed in. Oh my. This little kitchen just does not do us well, and that out kitchen isn't very big.
That didn't even used to be here before we got this place.
Right.
That used to be the back porch.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I said I won't move there.
Nope. Not without an out kitchen. Nope.
I said I need space, and I still don't have enough space to cook like I always did before. So whenever he says anything to me about not cooking the way I used to, I say, well, I don't have a kitchen like I used to. Because I used to, when I lived in Texas, I had a huge kitchen, which was absolutely fabulous. Now I take and I just throw a bunch of flour in here.
Now, and that scooper is probably about a cup of flour. Oh, it might be a half a cup. But those are heaping.
Yeah, I don't really.
On the other side, so I'm not stretching over.
Nothing wants to work today.
And that was about 3 huge scoops.
Yeah. And then we'll just set this over here because I'm going to need it again. And I need warm water.
Yeah, we filter our water here. We have to filter it twice, even though we got filters on our water jets and stuff on our well pump. But, the water here still gets rust in it. So we have to filter it all.
Yeah, and we only drink bottled water.
Yeah.
Bottled spring water.
Well, we have on our other refrigerator, we have a water thing, and I've drank water out of that one.
But we have filtered.
Yeah, we got
extra filters.
There's a filter in the fridge, plus I had him put one of those freezer filters that you can buy separate, and you hook it right to the water lines. And we had him put that on for the fridge, so there's a second filter on that.
Yeah.
And that way it's twice filtered. Now it's actually filtered three times downstairs.
Yeah.
In the basement where the water jet is for the water pump. So it does help. It really does. The water has improved quite a bit over time.
But the truth of the matter is I've gotten, is that what you were looking for the other day?
No, I was looking for the blue one, the silicone baster.
No.
That's it. The silicone one is better for pastries, and the brush ones are better for meats. And I can't find the silicone one anywhere. Just let it hang open. I'll fix it later.
I know, but after a while, I get tired of being like...
Look at our messy door. We got a little bit of everything in there. Oh, there's the red one.
Yeah.
I looked everywhere. There's a blue one here, too.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's at.
I got a couple of these, and I'll tell you why. Because the man that lives here...
The man? We call him the neighbor when we're mad at
Yeah,
him.
that lives here.
We just say the neighbor.
He takes these and steals them for out at his smoker and stuff.
Yep.
To barbecue. And, I really want to fight with him about it, except that when he starts in on that smoker, the food he whips up out there,
Yeah.
I can't fight with him when he steals my stuff to go out there and do it, because the food is excellent.
We will buy one of those huge $80 briskets.
Yeah.
Now, his smoker's pretty small, so we got to cut it down a lot. But I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
It is probably the best smoked brisket I've ever ate in my life. He's good. And she found it. There's the blue one.
But
What you looking for, dear?
I was
The what?
I was looking for the thing to go like this to your flour. To put the
whisk?
mix,
You're looking for the whisk?
it's not a whisk. It's got a handle like this, and you go down like this, and you mix the flour and the shortening together.
Oh. It's probably in there somewhere. Look at our messy drawers. We have no space. We have been working on storage ideas. And so if you got a great storage idea, let us know in the comments.
Or if you just are an organizing freak and want to come organize this all, I will allow you. I will give you that. I will be willing to sacrifice and let you do that.
I usually do the organizing
Yes.
there, and I'm pretty good about it.
Yeah, she's much
But
better at it than I am.
we have so much stuff and no place.
And I get angry and I just be like, okay, yard sale time. Let's get rid of all of it. And then I'm like, what happened to my... Because the truth of the matter is the reason I have this stuff is because I did use it all. But then before Rosie
There's your
came...
big flour sifter that with the handle on it.
Where?
They were looking for the big flour sifter.
Oh, yeah, right there.
This
Yeah.
one-
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I like because you go like
Yeah,
this
it has a crank.
instead of this.
When they were making biscuits, they didn't have, they had the little squeezable ones, and I don't like
can't
them
use
either.
my hand, and my hands don't allow me to do that.
It's nice if you're like
All right, but you
using it
guys
to
are just
put powder or something on a donut or something.
you
but-
guys are just gonna have to watch me do this with my hands. I was trying to be all classy
Yep.
and use the correct tool because I do have the correct tool.
And that is rendered lard from our pig.
Yep.
That was the one video that I wish we would have done. But we had so much stuff to do. We were like cranking it out as quick as possible. Not only did we do our lard, but we did the lard from Kathy's 2 pigs.
And she had 2 pigs.
her
big
pigs, her pigs were 800 pounds each. They were the biggest pigs I've ever seen. Even the Amish guys could not believe how big her pigs got. They told her, don't let your pigs get this big next time. Our pig was a small pig because we got him later, but we got a really good deal on that pig. And when we got him, the poor thing was starving. So it was like we had to feed him so much just to get him up to weight.
If I'd had another $100 and some, I would have bought the other one.
Yes.
Because I didn't like this. I didn't care for the situation they were in.
Yes. Yes,
So-
he had 3 pigs on one little tiny stall. And,
The manure was up to my hip almost.
oh yeah, I had to chase this pig down because it got loose. And he took us right through this manure pile that came up to my hips. It was so funny, I fell in the manure pile.
And I couldn't help her to get up because I was laughing so hard. Because I don't participate in that kind of stuff anymore because, well, I've had shoulder surgery, back surgery. I've had a lot of health issues. So I don't participate in that stuff because I know I can't.
And then I had to help get him in the back of my pickup truck.
But I can laugh. Oh my, I could laugh.
Hey, I got a full-grown pig into the back
You
of my
did.
pickup truck. Me and an Amish guy.
I-
And he was huge.
Yeah, it was very impressive.
That was probably one of the hardest things I ever had to do in my life. And that pig got away from us probably about 5 times. And we had to chase him
Oh, that
down.
was when he was grown.
Yep, and that was when he was grown. I finally had to snag him up by his ears and drag him. Now, how much lard do you think you put in there? About maybe a half cup, a cup?
Half a cup.
Jubin, they want some kind of directions on how to make the dough.
Well, you do it by feel. So you go like this, and you'll start feeling it's getting crumbly. But it's starting to get crumbly, and that's what you want it to start doing. Then once it starts doing that, this is how my mother made it. And then you go like this.
That's the warm water. Lukewarm water or room temperature water.
And you start...
She makes the best pot pie noodles, let me tell you. We're from Pennsylvania, so pot pie, some people call them dumplings. They are not dumplings.
No.
Dumplings is where you pull off a little piece of dough and you throw it in the pot.
And I made that already,
Yeah.
too, because Rosie's like, no, this...
Yeah.
And then she taught me how to make the dumpling.
And dumplings are actually called rivels, R-I-V-E-L-S. That is a rivel. These are actually pasta noodles. They're a little thick. You kind of roll them out and then slice them down into squares. At nice size squares. You want them a good bite-sized square, not little tiny squares.
No. You want to know that you got a hold of something when you eat this.
Exactly.
This is a meal where if you walk away and you're hungry at all, shame on you.
Yeah.
Because you didn't do it right. My mom used to make this, and my son was talking about it, about how he used to stand, when she was working at the table with it, he would stand there and watch her. And my youngest grandson used to do the same thing.
Still the dough right out of the bowl. So
No.
as you turn your head.
No, he used to come here and he'd stand at the end of it where Rosie's standing, and he would help me he'd pour flour in for me.
Aww.
And I'd say, okay, now Grandma needs some water, put some water right there. And he would, and he was a really good helper. And my son came walking in one day and he's like, oh my gosh, it's like when I helped Grandma. I'm like, yeah, it's passing
Same
on family
thing.
traditions. And that's what I like about this and doing it on YouTube is that other people will, the next generation will learn it, and even if my grandkids and stuff don't pick it up, maybe somebody else on YouTube who's a younger person will. And they will, start
Right.
doing it. So these aren't lost.
Right.
I would hate to see this kind of stuff.
See how she's mixing up the dough? You need the dough. You're not going to fold the dough because you want, thick noodles, but not so dense that they don't cook. So when you fold the dough, that makes more like a flaky pastry.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It gives it layers.
I think you need to put the camera on a thingy.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm going to need you to give me flour.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, you need some flour?
Yep, I need you to put some flour on my dough.
Okay, how much do you want?
Just sprinkle.
Just sprinkle some on there?
Yeah. All right. No, don't go nowhere. Okay.
I just saw flour fly up into your face. Your glasses will be coated.
Remember when I kept saying I need apron?
Yes.
This is why, because see me?
Yeah. Well, they can't see you.
No, but you can. So we will hide when the camera comes back around. So that nobody sees that I'm... Oh!
So that noise behind us is snowmobiles going down. We have the wag trail goes right down behind our house. And it's a long trail. And boy, it is really nice to walk. You're done with the lard?
I am.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, what's that? I don't know whatever happened to the rest of this.
All right. What's that? Okay, and YouTube, you are in for a treat because you get to see the last time that I will ever roll dough.
Yes, it's getting too hard on our hands anymore.
I don't roll dough. I haven't rolled dough in quite a while. And I got a new pasta maker thing, a noodle maker, but I haven't tried it out yet, so I don't know how it works. So, because I don't know how it works, I can't. So, since I don't know how it works, I don't want its maiden voyage to be while I'm doing this on YouTube. So, alright.
I'm trying to get you a chair so you can get a little bit more comfortable.
Alright. Now, okay.
Slip past you. There you go. You're done with the flour then?
No. You can move it though for now because I'm going to need it for, to put it on the counter. So my dough doesn't stick like this is.
Do you want a pie plate to put that on?
Sure, that'll be fine.
There you go. Because we'll have to move the camera so they can watch you put it in then.
Yeah.
Then we come over here like this and eat the little pieces of dough. Let me fix this. It's falling out. Sorry, guys.
And I'm not worried about there being a bunch of flour on it. The only thing that's going to do is make the broth thicker.
See, you don't want them super thick, but you don't want them super thin either.
Yeah, they'll soak up that broth and they'll get nice.
Yeah, once they start soaking up that broth, they will thicken up.
And all this flour that's on them, that'll just help thicken up the broth. This always takes me back to being a little kid and sitting patient. Yeah, I was a little kid, I wasn't patient. I'm not patient still, so I sure wasn't when I was a little kid. But waiting for my mom's pot pie to get done. And she was a whiz in the kitchen. Most of the time, though, she made us kids get out because there were so many of us, and we had a very small kitchen, too. So we were more in her way than helpful. Although we would say, "We're going to help, Mom." And she'd be like, "Oh, Lord."
I didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm. I seen.
Nobody saw a thing.
I see. Oh, that's because you put the camera pointing down.
If you seen anything, put a comment and tell me what you saw. I think I only saw Jewel rolling dough.
No. Rosie Posey's stealing the dough.
Not me. I'm the good child.
Don't believe her. She tells everybody that. We know that's not necessarily truth.
I could have helped you with that. I could have put that little piece over there.
I'm gonna slap the snot out of you.
You're probably wondering why she's doing this right on the counter. She's not pushing down on that knife. She's barely touching it.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't even leave scratches on the counter.
Yeah, this counter, I love this counter.
Yeah.
But you don't need it, you know. She's not putting any pressure down, just enough to pretty much score it, so it's not.
Yeah. I'm not.
Pulls right apart.
Yeah. It's, and I've been doing it on this counter for years, and, it hasn't left marks yet, so I'm going to assume that, now I say that, now I'll have big scratches everywhere.
No, yeah, no, don't jinx it.
That's about right.
Yeah, don't jinx it.
And if you're wondering why the rolling pin looks so battered, that rolling pin's older than I am. That was my mom's rolling pin.
She's older than dirt.
I am. I am. But that was my mom's rolling pin, and I'm pretty sure it was older than I am. But it makes me feel good to use her rolling pin and stuff when I'm doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
It does. It makes me think of fond memories of when I was a kid, and we used to do things like this, and our pig getting out and wanting to play with my mom, and it thought my mom was playing when she was trying to get it back in the pen, and it rolled my mom in this great big mud puddle.
I'm turning the plate because you have it next to the heat.
See, it rolled my mom in this great big mud puddle, and every time my mom would try to get up,
You trying to make everybody dizzy?
every time my mom would try to get up, the pig would roll her some more. And oh, she's like, if I ever get out of this mud hole, I'm gonna kill you. She was so mad at that
That
pig.
was Witzer.
Witzer. Yes, it was. And she was so mad. But we had raised Witzer on a bottle. We got him the day he was born. And we raised him on a bottle. And he really thought, Mom was trying to put him back in his pen. But he thought she just wanted to play. So he was just going to play with her. And my mom was a little lady.
She was very little, yes.
So every time she'd try to stand up, he'd just snoot her with his snoot, and she'd go flying again and back into the mud. And oh, she was mad. But you know, years later we talked about it, and she said, oh, that pig, and she would laugh. So she found it amusing too. So
Her mother also had some Moroccan monkeys and a spider monkey.
yes,
She had all kinds of animals.
yes, she did. And then she had 4 kids living at home.
Mm-hmm.
And they were the biggest monkeys.
Yep, I believe that. Is it coming to a boil?
No.
Well, is your lid on tight?
Yes.
No, it's not. Double check that again.
Don't tattle. Now, they saw that. They saw the dough disappear. They will tell on you.
It was the dogs.
Now, you can let them think I have dogs up at my counter when I'm cooking.
The dogs are like this big. They can't get up there.
Oh, you know what? I keep trying to tell her you go to hell for lying just as quick as you do for stealing.
Well, no, was that a lie or a steal?
Both.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to hell doubly fast.
Don't curse me with that stuff.
That means you go to hell in a handbasket.
I can't help it.
I know.
There's some good pasta there. These are called Popeye noodles, not dumplings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dumplings is a big dough ball that you pulled off the dough and you just drop it in.
And somebody was saying, we were watching some YouTube last night, and somebody was saying you can use biscuits. See,
For a shortcut.
I've never really ate chicken and dumplings because if my mom was going to the trouble of making dough, she was making chicken pot pie, or what we call chicken pot pie.
But you did make chicken dumplings here.
Yes, I did because Rose was like, you know, you got to make chicken and dumplings. I said, I've never made that. And I have decided that in my age that I am now, I'm going to try new stuff.
Yeah.
So I have been trying a lot of new stuff. I've tried chicken and waffles, which I've never had before. I tried chicken and rivlets, which I've never had before. I made, that corn and ham chowder. Oh.
I know. Thank you. Thank you.
Left Flame Finds, you are brain. Oh, my.
That was genius. That was so good. We had some more today for lunch.
We did.
We had to open up a jar just to have some more for lunch.
And we had company, and they were like, oh, my. They wanted us to open more. Even more. Because they were very thrilled with it. Why do I have lumps in my flour?
I see that.
I know, I don't know why.
Kathy had her hands in the flour last.
Oh, yeah, because she was making biscuits.
So normally I do the cooking. Jewel has been doing a lot of cooking because she loves doing the cooking for the YouTube show. And I'm fine with that. She's doing a very good job. And
I love the new recipes.
I get a day off of cooking then.
And I get to try the new recipes.
This past week has been a blessing for me because she's been doing most of the cooking.
But the truth of the matter is, I'll tell you what, I really don't cook. Well, my health doesn't always allow it. But another big reason is, because I will say, now I've been cooking meals for over 50 years, easily. And I will say, what do you want for supper? And this is what I hear. I don't know. I don't care. Well, after 50-some years of figuring out, I have decided that I can't do it anymore. My brain is tired.
I just come out and grab something and throw it in.
If somebody can't tell me what they want me to cook, I ain't cooking. But with these projects, we're getting together, we're putting our brains together, we're like, oh my gosh, let's try this. This is all new recipes. It makes me excited.
We have to cook up the rest of this ham meat in the fridge, and tomorrow we are going to be in Rochester, New York, and that's a couple hours from here. So that's going to be quite the haul. So tomorrow we will probably not do a video, and we're not canning this, correct? Or maybe we could stick it in the fridge and can it.
No, this is tonight's supper and tomorrow's.
Okay.
Unless you're cooking tomorrow, because I'm not.
No, I got some stuff out of the freezer to throw out.
Oh, well, that's fine.
If we don't eat it up, it'll go in the other fridge, and Rusty eats leftovers, for the most part.
I myself have an attitude about tomorrow's going to be a very tiring day.
Is it that time?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to try and move this. I don't know what I can see there, Joel. You need this?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. No, when I leave go of it, it's not.
Yeah, you are.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, when you're doing this kind of stuff, you got to put them in one at a time. And you got to wait till it's boiling. Yeah, you got to stir it too. Make sure it's not sticking to the bottom. But you cannot just dump these in. Please don't do that. It will make a heck of a mess, and you'll have one big dough bowl in there that doesn't cook.
And it will ruin the meal. For
Right.
me, anyhow, that's how I feel. I've never done it because I've had them stick together when I wasn't doing it that way. So I certainly am not going to do it that way because then I know that it's going to be a disaster. And I am aiming to not have disasters in the kitchen. And I gotta say, lately I have really found some real joy in cooking again because we are trying new recipes.
Yes.
And
This one here is not new. This is an old traditional meal that we've been doing for years.
no, I've never done this.
You've never done.
Ham.
Oh, you
pot
never
pie.
done a ham pot pie, but you
No,
made
I've done
pot
chicken, turkey, but I've
Yep.
never
I've
made
had
ham.
roast beef pot pie. I've had ham pot pie. Well, no, I haven't had ham pot pie.
See?
Sorry. I had roast beef pot pie, chicken pot pie, turkey pot pie.
I've never had ham pot pie. I've never made it.
Yes.
And somebody said,
If you're thinking pie, like there should be a crust on the bottom and a crust on top with meat in, that is called a meat pie. And yes, you can make them. You can make it like a stew inside. You can make it like a gravy and
Yeah.
you know whatever potatoes
and that's, yeah, and I like those too, but
Yeah.
that's, I mean, and that may be, you can call it whatever you want. This is what my mama
Not my mom, my
called,
dad.
yes, called pot
Yeah,
pie.
I think this is a Pennsylvania Dutch thing. It's always been called pot pie.
So, no matter how much people try to correct me, and it wasn't as bad before my mom passed away, but now that my mom's gone, you ain't gonna convince me it's not chicken pot pie. Okay, or this would be ham pot pie. But now it's like, well, this is a tradition, and you can't talk me out of it now because Mama's already gone. So now you got to let me have my traditions. You can't take my traditions away.
Do you want to sit down while you're doing that?
I know I will burn myself.
Oh. But I thought you were tall.
I am tall. I'm taller than you.
You're a lot taller than me.
I know that's
I
not
think
hard.
everybody's taller than me.
That's true. That's true.
I'm always surprised when I see somebody shorter than me. Then I'm like, oh my goodness, I feel so tall today.
Yeah, it always shocks me when Rose goes, "A pocket grandma."
Yeah.
I'm like, boy, they must be really short. Because that's what I
That's what she calls me, a pocket grandma.
I do. I do. But it means, I don't mean it being mean. I mean it like,
We
she's a
always
cute little thing.
We always tease each other. Don't ever think we're being mean.
No.
Because if we say something we don't mean it, it just came out
Wrong. Yeah.
it came out wrong.
Yeah, we're not mean to each other.
No. We love each other and we just go
Yeah.
with the flow.
Yeah, and we've been,
And we never hold grudges.
no.
We might get mad at each other once in a while.
Oh, yeah, well, that's normal human behavior. But it doesn't stay, because then one of us will do something dumb and the other one will start laughing, and, well, that breaks the mood. Because, you know, we're related. We both do pretty dumb stuff sometimes.
Yes.
And then we're like, oh my gosh, that is so something I would do. So once you do that, then you're kind of like over the initial being mad. And besides, we're not usually mad about anything important.
I'm so excited for the ham pot pie. And this probably will get all eaten. There probably won't be any leftovers for canning.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
But after tomorrow, if it's not all going
Then we'll can it. Yes.
then we'll can it.
But the truth of the matter is I've never had any pot pie left over that could be canned. In all the years I've been making pot pie. Like I said, I've never made ham pot pie before. But I've made turkey, chicken, those pot pies. And they've gotten just torn up. And I'll tell you what I really... And of course, I like it like the next day when it's cold to take and get some butter real warm, real hot in the frying pan and fry some cold pot pie for the next day's lunch. That's very good. Yeah, because pot pie's not fattening enough. Let's just fry it.
If you have ever made this, put it in the comments and let us know
What
you
you
call it. Because some people, they will argue with us about that is not a pot pie. This is actually a Pennsylvania Dutch meal, and that's what it's called.
And I'm okay with you calling it whatever your little heart desires. Just please don't ask me to call it something different, as I said.
No, we just want to know what you call it.
Yeah. You know, as I said, this is something that my mom passed down to me, and it's funny because I lived in Texas for a while, and one day I was making it, and I was talking to somebody, and they said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm making chicken pot pie." "Oh, I'll be right over." They came over, and they said, "What is that?" I said, "It's chicken pot pie." No, I'm not eating that. I'm like, "Well, ain't nobody said you had to eat none. I didn't tell you to come eat it." And when it got done, let's just say they sat down and ate 3 plates full.
Yeah, usually people just keep eating it.
Yeah, because they're like, "Oh, well, I'll just taste it." Yeah, nobody just tastes it. Once you just taste it, then you're in for a dime, in for a dollar type deal. So,
And these big stock pots are great for making chicken pot pie. Let me tell you, I've always had one, and we would always cook up pot pies all the time.
the truth of the matter is, I used to use my Canon
Yeah,
pan.
they're so thin dough.
Yeah.
They're for boiling water. They're not to make
Yeah.
a soup. Then you get that burn and
Yeah.
it
You got to be
scorches the
right on
bottom.
top of it.
Yeah, it's.
But I like
you
the
walk away for a
size.
second.
Yeah, you can't.
Well, you can buy bigger stock pots than this one.
Yeah, but they're like $200,
We'll
$300.
go to the restaurant store and check it out next time we're down in Pennsylvania.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, because
We don't live in Pennsylvania now. We're in the state of New York.
we're
up
New
in the mountains.
Yorkers. New York. Which
Yes.
it's always funny to me when somebody says, "I just can't picture you living in New York, Joe. I can't picture you living in a city." And I have to explain to them, I'm more rural now than I was when I lived in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Like,
We've had bears out here.
I have a bear. I had a bear up under my apple tree. And I told my husband there was a bear up there. And he said, "Honey, there was not a bear up under the apple tree." So a couple days later, my grandson was here for the summer. He come flying down and he said, "Grandma, we found bear poop." I
Bear
said,
scat.
"Honey, where?" He said, "Up under the apple tree." I said, "Honey, you couldn't have because Grandpa told me there wasn't no bears up there." He said, "Grandpa said we found bear poop. Bear scat." He said, "It's not poop, it's scat."
It's got.
And I said, "Well, you go up and tell him he couldn't have because there are no bears up there." So he went up and told his grandpa, and my husband just laughed
We have
because he knew what I was saying.
We have beaver here, muskrat here.
Yeah.
Our neighbors' cows get out and they head right to our apple tree
And
every
piglets?
time. Yeah, piglets.
None of the piglets?
We had piglets here. Wild guinea fowl. You name it, it's been here.
Yeah. And we got one more little clump of...
Dough that you gotta do out?
Yeah.
It is smelling so good. So very, very good. I'm ecstatic. Joel is starting to sweat from the heat from all this steam.
Yeah. Which is making my... It's all going in my eyes.
Oh no.
So I can't... So I can't see.
I don't get it. If you don't have a rolling pin, you can use a round jar, or you can use the bottom side of a pie plate, and you push it down, and you keep going around and pushing it down. Everybody thinks you have to have a rolling pin.
No, you
or
don't have
gotta
to have anything.
Yep. We've used glasses already.
Oh, yeah.
Watering glasses, and you just roll them across and...
I did, for years I used glasses. Because starting out, I mean, let's face it, we're all poor folk when we start out, you know? You
Yeah.
first start, you first start keeping house, you don't have the money to buy everything you need, you know, and you wouldn't know what all you needed anyhow.
We were so poor, we were po. They dropped the R off of it
Yeah.
because we were so poor.
Because we couldn't afford the O
Couldn't afford the R.
and the O.
Yeah.
We only got one O.
Oh yeah, we're not poo. We're po. We're po.
Yeah, we're Po. We couldn't even afford the other O. Yeah, yeah. But you know, the thing about it is I think that when you start out life that way, you appreciate what you gain
Yeah.
and what you work so hard to get. You know, I mean, now I've got 5 flour sifters
Yeah.
when I didn't used to have one. You know, and let me tell you, there ain't a brand new one in the batch, but I've had people give them to me.
Yeah.
And you know what? I much prefer an old one
No,
to a brand new one because it just seems to me like it's so much more. Well, first
you
of all,
had the little pastry ones that you got to squeeze the handle to put the 10x sugar on stuff.
but that's the ones they make now.
Yeah. No, we want the big old ones with the
That's
crank.
the one I have with the crank.
Yeah.
Is an old one. That one was my
They're
mom's.
the best ones in the world. Oh, there is a ladybug in here. Or one of those creatures that look like a ladybug.
Yeah, that was my mom's. The big one that with the crank. So she and she's the one that taught me how to do all this. So it's kind of in her honor that I'm using all her stuff.
And I love that. It was just us figuring stuff out
Yeah.
as we go.
Oh, most
Yeah.
definitely.
Reading
Most
the
of it.
old recipe books and...
Yeah, because let's face it, my mom worked a full-time job always. And she had all of us kids to take care of. She didn't have time to just, you know, teach you. You had to learn as you went. You know?
When we were growing up, Mom would always say, use the 4-3-2-1 method for making like cakes and stuff like that. She goes, if you always follow that, it's like 4 cups of flour, 3 eggs, 2 sticks of butter, and a cup of milk. You know, it's always like that. And there goes that alarm going off, disturbing my phone again. Once you get that, then you can add whatever else you want, you know. Make sure you use your self-rising flour, or you can make flour. You know, I mean, self-rising flour with baking powder and salt. You know what I mean.
I have destroyed this kitchen, Rose, and I
know, I cleaned.
apologize in all the deepest manners.
I clean, and she comes out and
Destroys it.
destroyed again, and then I gotta clean it again.
And I appreciate so much that she does, because if it wasn't for her cleaning up after me, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. Because I have just worn myself completely out.
Ah, some hot water there, Joel Beanie.
I know, honey. What is that?
I have no clue. Something that was in the freezer needed to come out to make room for all the
Oh, okay.
all the other stuff.
Okay. See, that's why we've been doing so much canning. Because we got too much stuff in the freezer that don't need to be there.
Oh, we got way too much stuff in the freezer. Right now, 99% of it is ham.
Do you want to?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. So, we were talking about it. Left Flame Friends would like us to try. If you have any ideas, go ahead and put in the comments. To use up the last couple bags of ham we got. She wants us to do like a ham and cheddar soup. And that sounds very interesting to me. Very, very interesting. Oh man, that looks so good. Look at those big chunks of ham. Ooh. I'm just trying to keep it from sticking to the bottom. Now those noodles, I don't know, let me see if I can get one up. They're starting to, they're starting to thicken up. I don't know how well you can see that on there. I don't want to make a mess. Try to, they're starting to get fatter. And they'll cook the whole way. You don't want to make them so thick that they taste doughy. You know what I mean? You don't want to bite into raw dough. But, oh, this is so good. So very good. And we used ham stock for this. Well, the ham broth that came off of the hams when we cooked them.
Yeah.
So, we used the last of that. And I think you put in 1 bottle of regular ham stock, right?
2.
Oh, 2 bottles of ham stock that came off of the bones when we made the bone broth. And then 2 bottles or 2 quarts of the ham broth. So, I mean, it's so easy to make. But if you want to put in there and give us an idea, we still need to get this stuff for the ham and cheddar, and we're still not sure how we're going to make it yet. But that would be interesting. I think we would all eat that, as long as it doesn't have broccoli in it. So, raw cheese and raw broccoli are good in a salad, and they taste great together. But once you put them together and they're cooked, then I don't like it. I don't like that flavoring. It leaves a taste in my mouth. But that is one of Joel's favorite things, is to have the broccoli in with the cheese, you know, cooked in there. Look at those eggs in there. Those eggs look wonderful. This has a really wonderful color. The onions and stuff will give it a good texture. Ah, it looks so good.
Does look really good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
The noodles are slowly getting...
I'm glad I tried that.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm really, really anxious to be trying these new recipes. It's really helping with my SAD.
Oh yeah, yeah. It really is helping us with the SAD. The
It's
ham and
challenging.
cheddar soup. We're gonna have to see if we can't find a recipe for that. I wonder how that cheddar soup is gonna be in a. Well, I guess you could can it, because there's other cheese soups out there that they can and sell in the store.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's something we'd have to really look at.
They do cheddar broccoli soup.
Yeah, but we don't like broccoli and cheddar together in a soup.
We do, but But I'm saying they can broccoli and cheddar soup.
You say we do, and I say we don't. It tastes like old stinky shoes.
No, that's Brussels sprouts.
No, Brussels sprouts are the best in the whole wide world.
No, they're old stinky socks.
No. We love our Brussels sprouts.
No, we don't. But what I mean is, they have they have broccoli and cheese soup canned. So why would we not be able to do ham and ham and cheddar?
We could do that. Her glasses are so fogged up, and now she's cleaning them with her shirt that's covered in flour.
Gosh. Oh my gosh.
I wish you could see all this. I'm not getting that phone down now. It's up there for good.
Oh Lordy.
Let me stir this again. Oh my goodness. This is smelling so good.
It does smell really good.
And you can add like corn and stuff to this if you want. Celery. People add different things to their pot pies.
But my husband thought I put too much corn in the corn and ham chowder, so
yeah.
wouldn't want to put corn in this too and freak him out.
Normally pot pie, you don't put corn in, but people do different things like that.
I believe that you make it any way you want to do it.
Yes. Whatever sounds good to you.
I am not a recipe follower.
We're just we give you the basics. You got to look up your recipes and figure it out on your own.
Yeah, because I'm not a recipe follower. I say, the first time I make a recipe, I'm pretty close to the recipe. After that, I'm like, you know what would really make that better is if we added this, and let's add this. And then Rosie will say, well, why don't we add this? And next thing you know, we've got 12 new items in it.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. I think that food is a way of expressing yourself. And when I was younger, I found not so good ways to express myself. So now I'm doing it through food.
Oh, maybe when I vacuum seal all the bacon, maybe I'll do a video for that too. I should have done that with the bologna, now that I think about it. Everybody up here calls it bologna. I'm like, that's a bunch of baloney. You know what I mean? It's bologna. Is the proper term. We always called it bologna.
Now, they didn't teach you that in elementary school.
They also say elementary school. We say elementary. Yeah. Yeah, that always always get a kick out of that elementary school.
When they
I
start
didn't do a very good job cleaning that counter.
When they start talking about Olene, I start singing Jolene. I do every time. It's Olean. People that live there call it Olean, so I'm going to go with them. They live there. I've never heard anybody that lives in Olean call it Olene.
Huh.
What you looking for? Oh.
I'm scarfing stuff up. I am piddle-paddling around. I took that out of the water. You don't want to leave your wood in the water. It'll destroy it. I'm slowly putting away stuff as we go. Just trying to make cleanup easier. So I have this thing. Let me tell you. If I get up and walk to the kitchen, I look to see if there's anything that needs to be carried out with me. When I come to the kitchen, I look, is there a dish in the strainer that needs to be put away? I put away that dish because I'm in the kitchen. Or I'll start emptying the grounds from the coffee pot and getting that ready for the next day. Or I walk to the bathroom. I'm going to the bathroom. Is there anything I need to take in and put in the laundry? Or, you know what I mean? I always look for something to do every time I walk somewhere. So you could do 1,000 things in a day if you did one thing every time you got up. And it might be something as stupid as throwing a piece of trash out, emptying an ashtray.
I can't do that.
Why?
Because then I forget what I was going to do.
Oh, I've done
And
that
I've done
too.
5 things, and then I go sit back down, and then I'm like,
Oh.
I still don't have a drink.
I put my coffee
So
in the
then-
microwave and wound up cleaning an entire kitchen, cleaning the bathroom,
and
making
then
coffee.
Coffee's still in the microwave.
And my coffee's been in the microwave all that time. And then I finally go sit down and it's like, oh, my coffee.
See, that's why I can't do that. When I get up with a purpose in mind, I have to go do that purpose immediately.
Right.
Or I'm totally waylaid. I mean, well, you know that about me.
Right.
How many times have I said, Rose, would you just please go get me a drink? I've been up 5 times.
Yep.
I've done this, this, and this, but do I have a drink? No. No, I do not. Would you please get me one? You know, because,
Yum, 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 yum.
ooh, that looks really good.
I know.
I can't wait to taste it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it looks so darn good when I
It
pulled it up
did.
out of there.
I can't wait to taste it.
Oh, it's making me hungry. Yeah, but if you do that, though, and get in the practice of doing it.
No, I mean, if you can do that, that's great. And I see you do that. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
For me, I've become so scatterbrained.
Sometimes I come to the kitchen and I wash one dish quick. And then I'm like, oh, water needs to go in the filter. And I'll start filtering water. And then I'll walk out to the out kitchen and it's like, oh, I should move this over here. It's going to give us more room. You know what I mean? I look for something to do every time I maneuver to a different area. Even if I'm just going up to bed at nighttime.
But see, that's
I love
that about you.
Yeah, is there anything I need to carry to bed when I walk in my bedroom? Is there anything I need to put away? Oh, I should empty the trash while I'm right here.
Yeah, see,
You know-
I like that about
Yeah.
you. But I can't. I literally cannot do it. I mean, how many times have I've had to say, you know, I've gotten up to go get a cup of coffee, and I've been in the kitchen 5 times.
Well, you've seen me already. Down at my sister's house, which is my old place, I had a canister of Clorox wipes there. And I opened them up out of their package because it was like 2 or 3 in a pack. And I took one out and I started heading to the kitchen with the other 2 to put it away. And I seen the garbage can lid look dirty. So I went back to the open one. I pulled one out on my way through, past the garbage can. I stopped and I scrubbed it down with Clorox wipe and then threw it out while I'm standing there at the garbage can. And then I walked through and put it back in the laundry room where that stuff belonged.
Right, right.
So it's like, once you start doing it, it literally, even if you only do one thing.
No, you are absolutely awesome at that. Yes.
One little tiny thing.
Yes.
If you do that, that's one less thing that you got to worry about later on in the day.
Yeah, see, I am at the point where I have to stay on task.
Well, let us know what you guys do.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, let a comment and let us know. I mean, do you have any weird quirks or
Yeah.
anything that you do specific, or do you run around and put stuff away just because you were headed in that direction, or clean something just because you walk past it? I can literally put a water pitcher on the floor, and this is no lie, I do this all the time. I put it on the floor, I turn on the faucet for the water filter, and I pulled out just past the cabinets enough that goes,
What are these?
it goes into the pitcher, and while that pitcher is filling up, I will wash a couple dishes. So I don't have to stand there and hold the thing and hold the pitcher waiting for it to slowly pour. It is filling while I'm doing dishes. So I'm doing more things at one time doing that. I got to carry some things through to the pantry or the out kitchen. I call it the out kitchen. I open up the coffee container, you know, or the coffee machine top, and I pull the grounds out on my way through. So I drop stuff off, grab those grounds, take them right to the garbage can. You know, because I'm headed back into the living room or into the dining room. These noodles are starting to get there. They still look, some of them are really sticking. I think they could have been cut a little bit bigger, Miss Jewel. I'm trying to get a big one to show everybody. Oh my God. That looks so good. See, there's a little one.
Yeah.
But it's starting to thicken up.
Yeah.
Oh, I just seen a big one. There's a big one. Let's see if I can't get that up to the camera. A little bit egg yolk there from our hard-boiled eggs. I don't want to... Yeah, that's really starting to thicken up. That looks really fantastic. You do want to stir this quite often. Not constantly, but quite often. Because they will stick to the bottom of the pan. Every now and then I feel a spot where one's stuck.
You need to turn it down a little bit. When it starts doing that, yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, if you do get a burned or a scorched pan and it has product, I bought this little gold thing. My sister told me about this. This little gold scrubby from the Dollar Tree. It was $1 for a packet of 3. That thing did the best job ever. You can scrub a pat no matter how bad it's burned in 30 seconds. That thing is wonderful. If you have any tips or tricks, leave them in the comment too. We want to know. We need the help. I'll be right back in a second.
The girls are outside.
Oh, okay. I know they're in here throwing my stuff all around.
Yeah, they were in there throwing a temper tantrum. Daddy was home.
Oh.
So when Daddy's...
Wondering.
Yeah, Daddy's home, you got it, weird chopped liver.
Yeah. The dogs say, Daddy's home. Which one's mine? Oh, I see it. Never mind. Now it's just a waiting game. Stirring occasionally. Once those noodles are done, it is ready to eat. And we are ecstatic.
Well, I'm glad that we're not going to do any cooking tomorrow.
We're not doing the cooking tomorrow? No, I'm glad too. Yeah, you need a break here and there.
And today will be the last time you will see me doing dough.
Yeah. Dough is too hard on us. I don't know what it is. My hands can't take it. Her hands can't take it. Her shoulders can't take it. We do have one of those noodle...
Yeah, but I want to try it out before I do it on YouTube. Yeah. Because I don't want to get it on YouTube and then be a complete and total dunce with it. And be like...
Yeah, we never used one before.
No, I did. Yeah, I've always made my own.
My Aunt Leah made the best homemade dried noodles that you ever imagine. And of course, she'd bag them up and she had paper bags of them everywhere. But they were all homemade noodles, you know. You cut them out, you dry them on a large surface, and you know, and then once they're dry, you can jar them up or bag them up. And she made the best pasta noodles for like spaghetti, all of that. She had a little pizza cutter that she used to cut them. And she used that in a ruler to make sure they got straight.
I gotta say, I bought like 6 pizza cutters and I still don't have one.
No, there's one here somewhere. I have no clue.
I don't know what keeps happening to them.
I think the neighbor steals them. Things go missing.
Yeah.
And we know who it is.
Well, like that saran wrap.
So, we went, where'd we go? Sam's Club.
Down to Jackie's, we went to Sam's Club.
Yes. And we bought one of those 1,000-foot rolls of saran wrap. We brought it back, and we had an emergency ad, turn around and go back to Pennsylvania. So we get home, we can't find the saran wrap anywhere. For 3 years, we looked for this 1,000-foot saran wrap. We went out and bought boxes and boxes of saran wrap just to get us through. I mean, it drove us crazy that we didn't know what happened. And then one day I'm complaining about the prices of Reynolds wrap because the price really went up. And he's standing in the living room and he says, "Oh, I got some of that out in the..."
No, he said, well, I hope you don't mean saran wrap.
Oh, yeah, I hope you don't mean saran wrap. I got some of that out in the man cave.
A huge roll, he says.
Yeah.
I said, and where... Oh, wait a minute. And where did you get that large roll of saran wrap? And he said, oh, it was in the pantry.
He took a 1,000-foot roll of saran wrap, never opened it, and had it hidden out in his man cave for 3 years.
And meanwhile, we're buying saran wrap because I refused to go buy another big roll because that roll disappeared.
Yeah, and that was some
And
expensive saran wrap.
everybody, including Rosie, said, Jewel, you must have forgotten it.
Yeah, I kept saying, I was
no.
like, maybe it fell out of the truck. We were coming up with every excuse.
I said, no, I put it in the pantry. I sat it right there, and I would point to where it was. Right there. And everybody's like, now, Joel. So I started thinking maybe I was crazy. And I may be, but not for that reason.
We weren't trying to make her feel crazy. It just worked out that way.
Yeah. Oh, I was mad.
Yep, the saran wrap disappeared for 3 years.
That's why it took me a minute to say what I said, because what I said was not really exactly what I said.
It's hidden now because we also have one of those in Reynolds wrap, or tinfoil, yeah.
Aluminum foil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the tinfoil, we hid all that.
Because
that thing was over $100.
when we
and
brought
I got
the
it at a
aluminum
cheaper
foil,
price.
when we brought home the aluminum foil is when we found out where the saran wrap was.
Yeah.
Because he said, well, I hope you don't mean saran wrap. I got a great big one of them. Where did you get that, Mr. Rusty? Well, it was out in the pantry.
And he never used it. He never even opened it.
No, he
Why
never
did
even
he
opened
take it out there?
Oh my, I was mad.
For 3 years that was disappeared.
Literally 3 years, because his sister had some health issues, and I had been down taking care of her for a while. And it was after I had come back that, yeah.
And we keep this place well stocked.
Yeah.
So it's very stocked for food, product like that we need, saran wrap, baggies, toilet paper, paper towels. We are very well stocked.
Yeah.
We have to, because if we get snowed in here and can't get out,
Yeah.
it really sucks. Excuse my French. It really bites. When you can't get to the store to get what you need, and you absolutely need it at that point.
And I'm absolutely, then I would really go berserko.
Yeah. And we reuse our plastic baggies.
Yeah.
Anything like that. And
Yeah, so it's not like we're wasteful.
no. And New York does not give you grocery bags. And if you want a paper bag, you have to buy it. And they're the cheapest paper bags you can imagine.
They rip.
They
Every time.
rip as soon as you try to pick up the bag.
Yeah.
Every time.
And what are they, 9 cents a piece?
Yeah, they're 9 cents a piece now. They were 5 cents. They went up this past year to 9 cents.
Now, I'm sorry, but I have a problem with that. If I'm spending $300 in groceries, you can't afford to give me a bag to put them groceries in?
Right.
Oh, it makes me so mad.
So we reuse them,
Okay.
and we save them like you would not believe.
Here I am, up on my soapbox. That's like when they want me to bring my own damn groceries. And yes, I said damn, and I don't want to hear a word out of you, Rosie.
Yep.
Well, I have to say to them, are you giving me a paycheck at the end of it?
Who wants to ring up their own
Well,
groceries?
no.
after
And I
doing all
said,
that
well, then
shopping?
I'm not working for you. It's bad enough I got to pay $300 for your high-priced groceries. I ain't working here and not getting paid. What are you, crazy?
Bacon here's outrageous. McDonald's will charge you $3 for a little tiny strip of bacon to be put on your burger.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. Wendy's is $4 for a little tiny strip of bacon to be put on your burger.
Yeah, people are embarrassed by me because I'll tell them flat out. Like, I went to, I won't say the grocery store, and it was 10 after 10. And I had all these groceries. And I get up front and there's no cash registers. And this gentleman says, well, we don't have cashiers after 10 o'clock. I said, why, are you not open anymore? Well, yeah, we're open till midnight. Okay. So how am I getting my groceries? Well, you do the self bring out. I said, oh, no, I don't. No, because you don't pay me. I don't work here. I've already had to walk through this entire store, put all the groceries in the cart. Now, when we get home, all the groceries have to go in the house. They got to be put away. We got to cook them. The dishes have to be done afterwards. No, what? No, what? No, no.
We're tired.
I said, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you have this cart of groceries back, and I'm going to go now. Because I am not wringing out my own groceries. You know, he took me over to an aisle, and he wrung out all my groceries and bagged them. Because I told him flat, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not doing it. I don't work here. You don't pay me. Give me a paycheck.
You don't give me a paycheck, I don't bag them or anything.
Nope.
Yeah, now Tops will bag them.
Oh, yeah.
But you gotta bring in your own bags.
Yeah.
And you hand them the bags first, and they set them up.
So will the other grocery store. If you hand them bags, they will bag them for you, too.
Oh, yeah, not always
But
a giant.
if you go through the self-checkout.
Yeah, no, you gotta do all that stuff yourself now.
No.
And then you have problems with it, and try to buy hot food at one of those and try to find that button on there. You can't find that button. Let me tell you.
And the day we were at Walmart, when we have like $400 worth of stuff, and that guy said, well, all of our cashiers are at lunch.
Yeah, he sent all the cashiers to lunch at one time. I was like, oh my. No.
I said, well, I don't know what to tell you then, because we're not getting this stuff then. Because I am not self-checking out. So he was a manager, and he opened a line, and he checked us out. And then these other older people, they lined up right behind us. They're like, we're not checking ourselves out either. I said, no, and you shouldn't have to. We worked hard all our lives. And you know what? When I worked with the public, and I did almost all my life, I worked with the public, I was pleasant, and I was polite, and I helped my customers any way I could. And there's no way I would have asked an elderly person to pack their own groceries, put them in their cart. I would have never asked them to do any of that stuff. Never.
Well, Stouffer's of Kissel Hill wouldn't even,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't even help. Yeah, she asked for, she's handicapped, and she asked for, well, she's disabled, put it that way. She asked for assistance to take it out to her car and help her put it in the car.
I said, can I get a carry-out? She said, a what? I said, a carry-out. I don't even know what that is. I said, I need somebody to help me take my groceries out to the car. We don't do that. I said, what do you mean you don't do that? I said, I'm disabled. I need help getting the cases of sodas and stuff. I said, I need help getting them in the car. Well, I guess we can do it this one time. I said, and I guess this will be the last time I shop here. And that's been 4 years ago, and I have not shopped there since.
Yeah, and they're expensive.
Oh, I won't go. Well, it wouldn't matter if they were giving the food away. How dare you be so rude to a customer?
So if you ever had an issue at the grocery store, you need to put it in the comments. I just love reading the comments. I love the ideas. I love when people tell us what happened to them at the grocery store or fighting with the computer when you have to self-check out. That's horrible. I don't like kiosk either, where you have to go and put in. No, somebody needs to take my order. I go to Sheets one time. Sheets used to be my favorite place to go, and I'm dead serious. I get there. I used to love their coffee. They had the coffee pot. You pull it out. You fill your cup. You put the coffee pot back. You put your lid on your coffee. You go check out. To the checkout person. I get in there. There's no coffee pots. And I said to the person, I said, I can't find the coffee pots. And she goes, ma'am, you're standing in front of it. And I was like, all I see is a machine here with a computer on it. She goes, that's the coffee pot.
Yeah.
I said, well, I don't know how to work this thing. She goes, oh, I guess I can come around and show you. She goes, first we got to grind the coffee. And I'm like, you want me to grind my own coffee and I'm paying this much money for a cup of coffee? You know what? My daughter bought me this huge thermos. I'm going to show you this. I wound up buying Jewel one too. This is what I take now. I
And
make
we
my
take that
coffee.
with us when we travel.
Anywhere I go, I got my thermos. And I fill my own coffee cup in the car. And I don't have to pay nobody. And I don't have to deal with those computer screens and kiosk and whatever they're called. And you have to come check your noodles.
Now, what'd you do with your thumb?
Fucking drills.
He cussed
into
on my
it today?
YouTube channel. That is Rusty the Mountain Man.
Oh, that's done.
Yeah, that looks pretty done.
Yeah, that's done.
Okay.
All right, folks. So now we're going to eat. And that's how you make what us people from Pennsylvania call homemade chicken, ham pot pie.
That's Pennsylvania hillbillies.
Yeah. Bible thumping hillbillies.
Yep, Bible thumping hillbillies. That's
That
us.
would be us. Okay, thank you. Have a great day, guys.
Love you guys.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.